So we accept Yamuna is divine because she's one of the holy rivers. Yamuna has come also in this world to purify, to sustain, to carry and to nurture. See, this is the beauty of the holy rivers of the world actually. Because that we are all made up of this Panchabhuta, these elements. But the one element that nourishes is what? What can sustain is water. Fire is given bhasma. But water is giving life. Because within water, what lies? That divine breath lies. For one molecule of water, how many molecules of oxygen is there? So in water, life is present continuously. Even when you come into this world, you are in water for 9 months. You are carried in water. Yes or no? How many of you weren't? But you are carried in water, you are sustained in water. Even when you leave this body, you have to be dissolved in water. So where is that space for any pride and attachment? Even that tirtham, you know how water can change any vibration, any situation within the body. When you are, especially in Vaishnava temples, you will see that they always give tirtham, like Charanamrit from the deity. Because that vibration enters. Water is such a fluid. My favorite song I always like to sing, Prema Nadiya ki sada ulti bahedar. Because that love of Yamuna ji is so strong that she represents that liquid form of love. And I keep telling the devotees all the time, you have to be like liquid only. When you are like liquid, then you can sustain yourself for a long time. But when you are like Giriraj, what will happen? Giriraj is the solidified form of love, Guruji says. But when we are like Yamuna ji, we are continuously flowing. No matter what happens, no matter what we receive from others, we are still flowing. How many things are happening to Yamuna ji that are not good? Does she say, oh no, I'm not going to stop, I'm going to stop flowing today? That much of love she has for the people of this loka, of this earth, that she continues to do to give her blessings, to give herself continuously. And that is bhakti, because when Vasudeva was carrying Paramatma Sri Krishna across, you know the story very well, that she kept rising and rising and rising. He Vasudeva Varijay Nitra Gopala Prema Bhakta Mandala Rupa Gopala. Because Paramatma Sri Krishna was that mandala, that entire being of love, of that divine love of God in human form. As Vasudeva was carrying Paramatma Sri Krishna across, he was chanting, please Yamuna ji, let us go peacefully, let us go safely. But Yamuna ji, what she was doing, she was ulti bahedar. She was coming up and up and up and up and up. So Yamuna is that, you know, in any, I should have done this before. In any spiritual experience or path, it is always known to take something from the foundation and rise it up. Yes or no? So Yamuna ji teaches this is love. It comes from the bottom in up, 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 up until you explode into divine love. And just like that, she's coming up and up and up Vasudeva's ankles, up his knees, up his thighs, up his chest, and then he's getting worried. Oh my God, Kuti Krishna is here, how it's going to be? And as Paramatma Sri Krishna, he just pick his little foot up, the little foot, it's size of your thumb only. And he just put it over the basket. Because all she wanted to do was take the darshan of Paramatma Sri Krishna. And after she took the darshan, what happened? She touched the feet and she just let Vasudeva go. So just like us, after we take the darshan, what happens to us? After we touch the feet of the Guru, what happens to us? We all have experience now. How much of up and up and up and up and up we are feeling, and then suddenly we prostrate to the Guru, and then what happens to us? You just explode. Everything becomes liquid. Everything becomes transparent. Because that is actual power of love. You hear in so many songs they talk about this Prema Nadi. But what is this Nadi? Nadi is this flow, this river. But where does it flow from? And that's what we have to constantly search. This is what seeking is. That's why in Hindu Sanatana Dharma, we are not claiming anything. Because we all are constantly doing what? Whether we are Swami, whether we are Rishi, whether we are Brahmachari, whether we are devotee, what are we constantly doing? There's one thing we have in common all the time. Unknowingly, unconsciously, we are searching. We are constantly searching to grow, to progress in our spiritual path. We are constantly searching our inner being, our reflections. We are constantly searching. And this is what they say, that even Yamuna ji takes the form of the Divine Mother as Shakti, as energy of the Divine Mother. And one who is continuously complaining. This is the beauty of the rivers Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Narmadahar. All the rivers have this beautiful quality what they teach to human life. Is to not complain. You see any river complaining? How much is happening to the river? Yes or no? We are just drinking something, coconut water, and we'll throw the coconut shell in the river. We're not asking, that much liberty we have taken over the holy rivers. But still, they have not complained. Did any Maharaj, Sadhu, saint come and tell you, no, Ganga is complaining, Yamuna is complaining? No. And that's what they say, that the secret to life is that when we stop complaining, that Divine Mother reveals herself. When you are complaining, you are not ready to experience that energy of Divine Mother. And now it's Navaratri actually. Now I'm gone in from Yamuna to Devi Satsang. But this energy of Divine Mother, nurturing, caring, love, this is something that we have to see as a seeker, not as any kind of title that we are having in Bhakti Marga also. But as a seeker, if we are continuously complaining, then that divine Shakti, that divine energy, that Divine Mother cannot reveal herself. Because you are not ready. You are not ready to accept what you are in. You are not ready to accept what she is showing you. Because even in Krishna Leela, that most important part was that part of Yogamaya. One of the most serious parts. The rest of the Leelas are very fun and childish. But where she had come and she had told Kamsa, when you will die, how you will die. See, in birthday, everybody is so happy. Yes, you can celebrate my birthday and all. But if somebody tell you a date of death, how you will be? Oh my God, 25 years now. I got 4 more birthdays left. I can't enjoy this birthday because next year I only have 3 more birthdays. Like this, Maya reveals itself, but it tries to trigger you into stop complaining. and just accepting. And Guruji talks about this in so many satsangs, that we have to accept. Because there is a science to this. That river, Yamuna, is holding this science to love. If you can become like water, like a river. Even my friends, I meet my friends in school when I was in South Africa, and I go back now and I'm doing all of this kirtan and satsang, and and they say, wow, they know my history of my life, my tragedy, can I call it, or my blessings that happened to me. And they say, wow, you are just like water. How from one situation to one situation to one situation to one, like you just managed and you can just adjust. This is what it is to be a seeker. That we have to constantly be willing to what? To adjust. And Yamuna is a deity, yes, but in essence she teaches this Prem Nadi. This Prem Nadi is it's just only 2 words, but it can develop into something so deep for a seeker. And if you are willing to experience that in seeking, then you can take only 2 words, Prem Nadi. And so many things you can engage in, you can seek, you can grow in that 2 words only, Prem Nadi. You just have to watch Yamuna, sit in Yamuna ji. I know many of you don't have time, so much of seva is in ashram. But when you do have that time, go and sit in Yamuna and observe that Yamuna, how she is moving, how the sun is rising, how the sun is setting, how those birds are moving, how the water, what do you call that? That flow is happening, those patterns of the water is happening. Observe this Prem Nadi, because she is coming from such a long distance. Even Chandra and I were traveling to Delhi. One time he was not well. And we happened to even meet Yamuna ji in Delhi. Like one part of that river is going to Delhi. And I'm like thinking, my God, we should have just built ashram in Delhi only. Because it will be easier to buy things and to order and all. Every time we are running to Delhi for things. Because if Yamuna was there, I didn't know Yamuna goes right to Delhi. But imagine the vast land space that she covers, signifying Prem Nadi, signifying this love. But how many people actually know that she is this love? Very few, only fortunate ones, only ones who are blessed by the grace of the Guru can even hear it. When Chandrakant and I went to meet Yamuna Das, Yamuna Das, the boatman, he was saying how busy Vrindavan has become. You can't walk anywhere. If you walk in the street of Mumbai and you walk on Sheetal, Raman Reti, it's same experience only. You don't have to fly to Mumbai to experience traffic and busyness. But he was saying that imagine how the kripa of Thakurji and Radharani is on so many people, that even in this life, even they are not interested in any seeking, but they heard the name of Vrindavan, they heard the name of Yamuna, they heard that name, that divine name, and they have come. Sometimes we are pushed and we don't know why we are going. And we don't realize that we carry so many of these past life blessings, punya. So we are just pushed and pushed and pushed. But he was saying people have come, some are seeking, some are enjoying the scenery, some are just here because of the aesthetic appearance of Vrindavan. Some are here just for manna bhola mata jaya. They just here to dance. So many different kinds of things are happening, but the essence is that they have heard the name of Vrindavan. That's the main important point he was saying, and he was saying how the grace of Yamuna ji is, because even she is calling people. Even so many boat rides are happening nowadays. Even Chandra and I took the boat from one end to the other end. They charged us 1,000 rupees because of Chandra. If I went, they would have took 200 rupees. But they charging this much of money. When we were in Vrindavan, I was going to say when we grew up in Vrindavan. when we were in Vrindavan, even just 50 rupees you can go in boat ride, 70 rupees come back. It was a good boat ride. But now you have to make sure you have at least some cash. But he's saying, like, even though Yamuna is calling so many people, that's sustenance. Don't you see how she is sustaining even the boat people, even the people who are selling things? Last night we went somewhere to get Yamuna ji jal for Abhishek, and we meet Kaushalia's son, Durgesh. Kaushalya, Chaiwali. And he is saying that he is leaving his job because he has opened business in Prem Mandir, outside Prem Mandir, just selling some kapda like gopi dressed and kurta, and it's doing so well. He said the business is doing so well, he doesn't need to work anymore. But this is the sustenance that I'm talking about. I'm talking about how that she is sustaining everyone in some way. Because the highlight of Vrindavan is Yamuna boat ride. We go on boat ride in Yamuna ji. Highlight of Vrindavan, Radha Raman, Banki Bihari, so many things are there. But sustenance, when that power of water can sustain, it's sustaining in all walks of life. But only the blessed ones will come for that spiritual sustenance. So when we look at Yamuna ji, we must never feel, oh, it is dirty, it is not clean. Because that is seeing Yamuna ji through the eyes of what? The physical reality. But Guruji has taught us that we have to see everything from where? From the heart. From the reality of love. And from that embracing, when you go to Yamuna ji, just imagine she is hugging you. She is saying, oh my God, Tejamai, where have you been for so long? Come here. Like this we must feel she is the divine energy, the divine Jagannatha, in that form of river, of prem. Even the Damodara Das was saying when he has to just go and put his mala in Yamuna. Just to give mala some jal, Yamuna jal. He said he's staying in Vrindavan for 8 years, but only his mala is taking snan in Yamuna. And we all have this beautiful relationship with Yamuna ji. All of you have it. You may go walk and you may go on your own. Maybe not today the boat ride because we have a certain program. But when you go on your own, you have that relationship. And that's what Yamuna ji is teaching in Srimad Bhagavatam. What is the essence of relationship? What do we want from Paramatma Sri Krishna? Do we want his... see, she is fully adorned only by Krishna. That Leela, that Shringar, that ornaments, that Vastra, all from Krishna is going into Yamuna only. The fragrance, the color of Paramatma Sri Krishna is painting in the waters of Yamuna. Do you see that? The reflection of the Ghat, the reflection of everything that someone is passing by, the colors of Paramatma Sri Krishna is like, what do you call that? That thing they paint on? The canvas. She is the divine canvas of Paramatma Sri Krishna only. And in Srimad Bhagavatam they even say that when you are on the boat, that reflection of the water is that inner reflection of what must be in us. What has to not be in us, what has to be in us. And then we come back down to this modern time known as the mirror's workshop. But it was spoken about even in Bhagavatam, that the silence of the water brings reflection into thyself. And when you look into that reflection, you can see so many things. So that relationship, as I said before, that Yamuna ji is teaching us what is the value of relationship. Her intention was only to touch the feet of Krishna. And just like that, she's teaching us, those who read that Bhagavatam story, that indoctrination of what a relationship should be taken from her example. That we only want to take that blessing of the divine feet. There was a devotee from Turkey that asked Guruji, when I was doing kitchen seva for Holi, and he did so many courses, and he's like very into worshipping Avatar Babaji. So he's full into the Kriya aspect of Bhakti Marga actually. And he came and he asked Guruji, how to feel your love? How to feel that love that you carry, that when you walk in the room, when you're walking in the corridor, when you're walking in the tent, when you're even walking in the lakhs and lakhs of people in the street, there is that one vibration that stands out, and that is the love of Guruji. You know Guruji is around. You just know he's there. And he asked, how do I get that feeling all the time? And then he told this devotee that when you meditate on the feet of the Guru, that love, all the love of the universe come into that feet of the Guru. So when we are touching the feet of the Guru, we are taking that love, that feet. He says, the love for my body leaves through my feet. And that is Radha. Radha is the downward flow of love. Dhara is upward. Radha is downward. So in this essence, that as a devotee, if we want to experience that, we meditate on the feet of the Guru. We hold the feet of the Guru in our mind. Guruji, when he gives darshan, he says, concentrate on your third eye, your Ajna Chakra. In our third eye, we hold the feet of the Guru. And then he phoned me the other day, and this devotee, and he said, Guruji said I must meditate on his feet and hold the image. But I can't even do it for 2 minutes because I start crying and crying and crying like a little baby. He said that much of love and power comes from just holding the image of the Guru's feet in your mind while meditating. And I remember when I first came to the ashram also, Hiranmayi used to teach us some Kriya here and there, like encourage us to do Kriya. And she kept telling us also at some points, like, think about Babaji, think about Guruji, about the divine image of them in your body when you are starting this practice of Kriya. Because it helps to develop that connection. And this is what we have to see, that we are the seeker. When we go today to Yamuna ji, we go as the seeker. We don't go as anything else. We say today that we stop complaining. We say today that reveal yourself to us. And then she says on one condition, don't complain. Because you know why we complain? We are not ready to see. We don't have enough courage for what is going to happen to us. The moment we can stop complaining, that is when the true courage comes. Because you are able to face the reality. You are able to face the reality. And when you are able to face the reality, then what happens? Then that teaching of the Guru becomes alive. The teaching of the Guru is there all the time. The teaching of Guruji, his words, his teachings, all of that is there. But when does it become active? In that split moment when we don't complain. When we allow the teaching to become alive. We are doing prana pratishtha for deities. But you as a seeker, at every moment you have to do prana pratishtha for your Guru's words. Every moment you have to give life to that. If not, it will just be like in memory. Oh, Guruji said. Oh, Guruji spoke. But until the moment we don't live that and we stop complaining, like Yamuna ji teaches this beautifully. Just take that blessing from the feet and it's enough. And you can just be normal. So as we are the seekers, I call us all seekers today because the mystical energy of these holy rivers is so great. So much of power lies, but so still they are on the surface. You know how many people have drowned in Yamuna also? Actually, I never swam in Yamuna until the other day because we also had the experience. You remember that one time? We all went on a boat ride. I don't know if you was there. And we were on the boat, and then there was a Prabhu's boat, and then there was Mataji, Swami was in the Mataji's boat, and then I said to the Prabhus, let's jump. That time Adbhuta Das and all was here from Varanasi. And I said, let's jump from the boat and swim to shore. We weren't even like, not even far. But we almost drowned that day. Because we all jumped from the boat and something was sucking us into the Yamuna. And we couldn't move, and I remember Adbhuta is screaming. There were a few other boys there. They were screaming, oh my. Then I had to take my dhoti out also. Because it was pulling me in. I couldn't even move my legs. And by the time we came to the shore, and you know Yamuna is not deep. You can walk. But in that particular place we couldn't find the bottom. And now remembering that, I actually get like scared because that was such a life-changing moment for us. We didn't realize the power of Yamuna ji. And then when we came back to the ashram, Swami says, yeah, see, don't make fun of her. Because at every moment she can just become deep like that. Because we just thought we will walk across, like we will swim, you know how we will swim and go, but we will be walking. But the current was so strong and it actually pulled us into a kind of a hole. And from that day, many of the boys didn't swim because it was a scary moment. There was water in my face. I was gargling, I was choking, I couldn't breathe. It was like literally, I knew that that day I would drown. I know it sounds dramatic. And if you see people walking Yamuna with the water up to their ankles, it doesn't seem like it's that bad, but it was really bad. And from that day, yes, it did give some fear is always good now. Then you don't take something for granted. This is how God makes the human mind not take something for granted. He puts a little bit fear in there. So even yesterday, the other day, Chandra and I, we wanted to go and swim in Yamuna. And we went, but we went safely, cautiously. I wasn't even going too deep inside. So this is what I want to share with you today. I know maybe it's not totally related to Yamuna Jayanti, but I think, you know, as a spiritual organization, there are so many leelas you can read online about Yamuna Ji. But I think what's important for us as a devotee is what we are seeking on the path. How we are seeking, how we are walking. Keep walking and the path becomes clear, but are you actually walking? Or are you on the treadmill? You know, this is the thing. In treadmill, you are just in one position only and you think you are walking. But when you are really doing parikrama, you are walking. And the path will become clear. Keep seeking what it is that you are here for. And keep seeking what it is that you want to transform into. That's why the focus is so important for all of us, that we have to transform into what is our goal, what do we want to become next week. Do we want to become the devotee that is finishing the full round of japa, who is doing the full sadhana? What is our goal? Every week we should set that goal, because the mind is so thing that it makes you so indisciplined. That we got to continuously have goals, continuously put ourselves into a place where we can remember, no, I am seeking. I'm here in this ashram to seek, to understand, to transform. And this is what this river teaches continuously. So many leelas are there, I can't even talk on them. But everything boils down to that one thing of Prem Nadi and transformation.